And we're back with the Very Hard Mode DLC.
What is this?
This is the Very Hard Mode DLC. We're going to play Very Hard Mode. What do you think? So what do you think this is going to be like?
I think all the enemies are going to take extra hits, and I feel like I don't think they change much to the levels. I feel like it's just going to be the enemies take more hits to kill.
Well, we'll see if you're right. Because for the most part, you're wrong.
Really?
Well, sometimes you're wrong.
This is the
This is the first level of the game.
I mean that gem.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the yellow gem, and I'm also using the red gem at the same time.
I see.
So everything other than Sonic is slowed down. But as you've noticed, this isn't how Wave Ocean starts in the main game.
Nope.
We are near the end of the level.
Yeah,
Here,
but
where the whales attack.
I feel like this wasn't a sequence. These broken bridges everywhere.
Yeah, because it's very different. They've taken the end of the level and they've made it the beginning of the level and added new elements into it.
Oh man, are all the levels like this? Start from the end?
No.
Huh.
So, some of them are just the original level, but more annoying because the enemies take more hits.
Okay.
But it does live up to its name. It is very hard because they've made the game much more annoying. If you're not using the red gem right here, the timing is incredibly exact. You have to go as fast as you can, otherwise that whale will get you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a pain in the ass, and they love
put
adding
spikes there.
Yeah, they love adding spikes. Those spiky balls. There we go. So we're supposed to switch to tails here.
Tails? Okay.
Yeah.
You have to touch tails.
Yeah, the triggers, they're not too exact. You can just very easily go through tails. I think they're not expecting you to touch the control stick there, and the game just guides Sonic into tails, so if you touch it at all, that doesn't happen.
Unlike the old games where they just said, just keep holding forward and you'll be fine. This one doesn't expect you to touch anything at all.
Yeah, I don't know. But look at those dolphins. Those dolphins are kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah. I feel like they move a little bit unnaturally.
Yeah.
Which is weird for this game.
Just see them in the background hopping all over the place.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, this level's pretty different so far, and it's kind of a welcome change of pace.
You're doing pretty good. I haven't noticed anything too horrible yet. Too horrible.
Leave it to me.
Well, you'll see it in a little bit.
Just missed that checkpoint?
The game turns you around so that you think you're supposed to be going backwards, because you don't realize it's backwards because the game has just turned you around. But here we're going to get to the best part of the level.
The best part?
Yeah, best part.
Are those two whales?
Two whales. Actually, it might be three because there were two going backwards and one going forward. There we go.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Check that out. It's whales. Those whales are dicks.
Yeah, they're worse than the Eagles.
Yeah. Your favorite band and your favorite character.
My favorite? I wouldn't say they're my favorite band. What the hell was that? What?
You remember? You might not remember this, but in the original level, you're supposed to jump when you get to the end of the pier. But because I had the red gem on, the animation for the bricks to or the boards to pop out of the yeah, it hadn't appeared yet.
Oh my god.
So I kind of had to just jump, and there was nothing there to jump on. So I've corrected that this time, and when I get there, I'm just going to stop using the red gem, and that should just fix everything.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. That didn't fix everything.
No, it didn't.
You just have to go through it without it. That was your fault.
That was not my fault.
That was your fault.
That was not my fault. I hit the button and it did not lightspeed dash.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can see I was like repeatedly mashing the button because right afterwards I did a bounce attack. And the bounce attack is mapped to the same button as the lightspeed dash, which is incredibly stupid because you have 4 buttons and you barely ever use triangle. And you barely ever use the stupid bounce bracelet, so you might as well map bounce bracelet to triangle. But no, it's mapped to the same thing as your lightspeed dash. And guess what? Using the bounce bracelet, hey, it worked. Using the bounce bracelet in midair will send you straight down, which will kill you. So if you hit the bounce bracelet before the lightspeed dash recognizes you're close to rings, you'll just go straight down and die. Which was a problem earlier in the level at the earlier lightspeed dash because you hit an enemy and you end up above the rings. And it's hard to gauge when you're supposed to lightspeed dash. So as you can guess from the fact that I'm ranting about this, I died there many times.
Oh boy. So this can't be too different, right? Maybe just more spikes?
More spikes.
That's what I'm guessing. A lot more spikes.
A lot more spikes. I was actually a little disappointed that they didn't do anything to really change this. Except they added robots in random places that I don't think do anything.
They're there to scare you, throw you off.
I guess. But
I'm just thinking.
I don't know what to be there. So I'm sure someone will watch the video and tell me, but I have no idea what hit me.
Probably a pillar or something.
Maybe. Or maybe it was one of the robots that I was saying don't do anything.
Maybe. Maybe
If
you
so,
were just wrong.
The robots?
That time a robot hit you.
Yeah, that time a robot definitely hit me. And
so there are some of those spikes.
And I don't think I technically hit that polygon, but I, clearly hit the hitbox.
Yeah.
Or maybe his hand hit it. Sonic's hands are very, very fragile.
It was pretty close.
Yep.
Getting calls to take me away from this game.
Well, that's too bad because this is very hard mode. We're seeing the game at its best. Now,
I guess so.
Now, Hulkamat. I mean, we've seen some pretty good things so far. I mean, there are lots of glitches in the game, but I don't think it got to the point where a scripted event such as jump just didn't work.
Yeah. I guess I'd say that. There were a few bad moments.
I mean, there were, but
that I can't really recall, but I do remember the game pissing you off.
Oh, I mean, the game definitely pissed me off, but that was something so simple that it really amused me that it screwed it up.
Okay.
And by amused, I mean it made me very angry, and
for some reason I thought you were just going to keep running forward and die. I'm surprised you didn't.
What happened there is I skipped the jump sequence onto the pillars, and thus it forgot to load the end ring, and that's an A.
There you go. Well, you did pretty good. 3 minutes 44 seconds. I feel like that might be shorter than the real level.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a better. Well, it was. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Was it a better laid out level?
I don't know. In some ways, it's worse because when you get to the beginning of that level, those first few jumps, they're really precise just because of how bad the controls are in the game. And here,
that's where you are manipulating the gems.
It's not because of the gems. The jumps are precise because you need to jump to the maximum of Sonic's jump and then use the homing attack to get onto those little platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, and also this level loves to stick sand, and you will sink into the sand and die every once in a while. So you need to just jump over it and be aware of when it's coming up. Otherwise, you'll just annoyingly die.
I wonder if there are moments where there's just sand on platforms. It's like a pixel.
Well, luckily it isn't that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
But right here...
Okay. Yeah, that's...
I'm never expecting that one, and so the first time I'd go through the level, I'd almost always hit it. Also, this is horrible.
Yeah, that's sand. So you're doing this without Elise.
Yes, we're doing this without Elise, and
That makes it very hard.
yeah, and yeah, the game kind of wants you to be in the middle of those robots too, so they ambush you and hit you with rockets at the same time. The game's very mean, but so far so good. I haven't fallen into the sand like what happened when I forgot where there was sand. Also, more very mean stuff, but
I do like that those spikes can't get you.
yeah, that is
The ones that have been jerks this entire game.
yeah, and
Wow. Oh, you landed on the sand.
well, I don't think that's bad sand. I think because
What's the difference?
well, that's sand that's on rocks.
Ah.
There's just like sand traps like below us right now where you'll sink. Because there's a few times like that when you have Elise in the regular level. Also, actually I don't think I need to explain this. I think it'll become apparent. But yeah, also, check out this camera. Well, what the hell?
I don't know. You went a little bit to the left.
Well, it's
Everything's okay now.
well, it spawned in the laser gate, which screwed everything up. And once
Did the camera turn around, or
it just zoomed out a little bit, and it zoomed out to kind of a weird distance that the game is very rarely in, so it just looks weird. But here we go, more spike balls.
well, there were spikes. No, there were those balls. Maybe. I don't really remember. So I have a question. Is it just Sonic who gets very hard DLC?
Everyone gets very hard DLC.
Everyone gets very hard DLC?
Everyone gets very hard DLC, and we're gonna do them all.
Oh boy.
I've only played through Sonic so far, though.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's theoretically possible that I will get to Shadows, and I will quit.
Shadow did have the worst. I think. I don't remember.
I feel like his very hard DLC isn't as bad as Sonic's. I saw a quick video of some of Shadow's levels, and I was like, okay, I can do that. And I have no idea what hit me there,
A missile.
but the enemy was dead. And I don't think they don't shoot missiles. They
I
shoot
don't
their
know.
hands out.
I'm just guessing.
Just guessing. Okay.
Every time I see that power up, the yellow gem, I think, I always think you're going to bring the rings to you because it looks like the electric power up or whatever from the original Sonic games. Doesn't happen though. Throws me off. Where are you?
I'm at the end of the level, and unfortunately,
You have no rings. Oh my god.
I'm gonna explain why I did what I did there.
Okay.
I had recorded this, and then as I got to the end, I actually lost all my lives on this playthrough. And as I got to the end, those platforms you're going over refused to load. And I just ran across them, and they just wouldn't load no matter what I did. And so I was like, you know what? I've come this far, I'm just using the stupid purple gem. And as I purple gemmed across the gap, I got shot out of midair, and then I couldn't switch back to the yellow gem in time. And then when I did switch back to it, I took 2 hits at the exact same second and died. But
So we're in for a bumpy ride.
a very bumpy ride. There's just a million things in this level. Well, not so much this level. This is, I don't know, because the sand at the beginning. I wish I had more deaths in the sand, or at least some deaths in the sand to just show it off, because it's so annoying. But of all of the levels, I think this one has the least annoying death traps.
So it's improved? An improved level? Do you
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be an improved level. I mean, I haven't seen anything that really makes it worse. Dusty Desert's your least favorite, right?
Well, for Shadow it is.
For Shadow, that's right.
And for Silver, I mean, for Sonic it's not so bad. But here we go. Let's do this.
Do it one more
Normal.
time.
I'm not gonna use the red gem.
Oh.
I'm not gonna use anything. But yeah, at one point these just wouldn't load for me. I have no idea what happened. So here we go.
Alright.
Luckily we have plenty of rings.
Yes.
Combat
Got
is
this.
incredibly annoying. And it's over.
You got it.
Yeah.
And it was less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
In game time.
Yeah.
job.
Not bad at all. So I would say it's the most fun, very hard mode level.
Too easy. No
So everything after this is going to just be terrible.
Yeah.
Oh boy, my favorite. Man, this is like one of my least favorite. Why didn't I say this? I completely forgot about this level.
Yeah, this level starts a trend of, like, I guess I shouldn't. It continues what should have been a trend after Wave Ocean of me finding a way that I'm going to die, and just perfecting that death. Just dying that single way as much as I can. And I don't know if it's the game's fault this time. It has very annoying item placement.
Okay.
But
It's the spikes.
you'll see.
I mean, I gotta say, when you asked me what my least favorite level was, I completely forgot about this one, and now that I see it, I'm just remembering that I hate this level. I think this may be my least favorite.
I don't mind it so much just because I'm not really sure what happened there because I had a ring. I guess I got hit by two bullets.
There was no little invincibility segment right there.
Also, you get a tiny little speed boost if Sonic hits a wall or something and doesn't take damage and just flips over. So it's good to just do that at random times.
I mean, just in normal mode, this section is just absurd.
It's
And how badly put together it was.
It's dumb, but I mean every level has a dumb segment that you hate, and the rest of this level I don't mind so much, and it's kind of broken in a fun way.
Well, there's some big sequence breaking, yeah.
Yep, died in basically the same exact place.
Oh, man, have we seen the game over screen? No, we haven't.
No, I did not game over, and you don't game over in this because it's just it's just a kind of a trial mode. So you get 5 lives for the level you're playing, and then you just go back to the main menu. So yeah, during the main game there were no game overs. I'm sorry, this is not a 100%.
You got very close to a game over once.
I mean, I got a
Crisis City. You ended up at your last life, I believe?
No, I wasn't at my last life in Crisis City.
Oh.
So I wanted to avoid that section that I kept dying in. I'm like, oh, I'll go left. I'll jump over those. Oh, crap, there's a cliff there. But in Crisis City, I think I got down to like 4 lives. I started with 10 in the Mach Speed section, and then I just kept dying. But I don't think I actually got down to 1. When I played Shadow's Kingdom Valley...
That was 1. Kingdom Valley.
At one point, I think I was down to 1 life. That time I was close to a game over.
You were at 0 lives, and you ended up finding 1 in Kingdom Valley. I remember now.
Yeah, okay. Well, either way, I was very close to a game over. And granted, that was the first level, so if I had game over, I could have just cut it out, and no one would have known.
It's true.
I did not actually game over during normal gameplay.
You're watching an experienced gamer here, people?
Yes, fortunately. And hey, we got through the spikes. Congratulations. Son.
Now you gotta get through the balls. Oh, you did. Oh, no! You didn't. Oh. What?
Yeah,
What?
his jump just did not work.
You missed those first 2 sections of rings, and I just thought, there's gonna be spikes here. He's gonna get hit.
Well, that's what I thought, too. Oh, there's something written on the bottom of his board.
Looks like Tails. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
Like how I saw Knuckles in the final boss.
There's some debris that explodes at the end of the Dusty Desert level before you jump up the platforms that's blue, and I was gonna go, hi Sonic. Hi Sonic. Yeah. But that section is really horrible. I just think the rest of this level, in the regular level, is fine. And can kind of be beaten in hilarious ways, thus it's not close to my least favorite level. Especially the way where you're like, I'm pretty sure you're not playing the game right. I want you to play Sonic 06 the way it's meant to be played. Please stop making a mockery of the game.
Place for a base.
Yeah, stop. Gotta play it right.
I don't even know why I'm going up here. Like, I'm just gonna lose these rings. Let's not pretend that I'm gonna keep 30 rings till the end,
You're trying to get the high score.
I guess. I really want to know who designed that last laser screen too. I mean, it's pretty broken. Looks kind of bad. And we're coming up on some more poorly designed mechanics. In the original one, you go down there and you hit a switch. Now, you're supposed to bounce over it, I think. But half the time you try to bounce over it and homing attack, you just homing attack into the ground. So I'm not really sure what the game wants you to do there. I imagine the only way to get over it is to homing attack. But you'll do that, and you'll usually fail the first time. And then you'll be like, okay, I can't get over that way. Let me go find a switch. And you'll go searching around for a switch, and I don't think there is one. And then you'll eventually come back and you're like, okay, maybe I can kind of screw with this by getting over it, and it'll just work. And you're like, okay, thanks a lot, game.
Is the tail section any different?
The enemies are a little bit more difficult, and I think that's about it. Yeah, like I don't think those flying enemies are there in the normal level. I think they are added in, but everything else is the same. I kind of figured you might have to fight those robots, but no. And this section's pretty much the same, except for lots of spikes. So yeah,
Lots of spikes? Oh boy.
well, yeah. I mean, this whole level is basically the normal level, but more annoying.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, do you remember all those
snowboarding
spikes?
the snowboarding was a lot worse. I will say that.
Yeah, the snowboarding was so much worse. That's actually what I meant when I was talking about more spikes. I think there are more spikes in this section too, but yeah. It's just so much more annoying, and they haven't actually made it fun. They haven't really added a fun challenge. They've just thrown spikes around. So yeah, there actually aren't any more spikes in this section. But the first section is just spikes, 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 spikes. Okay, more spikes there. Good. I wasn't completely wrong.
So how much was this again?
$3.
Alright, $3. Okay.
$3 for Sonic, $3 for Shadow, $3 for Silver.
Oh boy.
And I thought I paid $6, but I guess I paid $8 for the actual game. So, including shipping, was probably like $11 to get it here, maybe 12. And there are some more DLC packs that I can't get for the PS3. But if I were able to buy them, all told, I would pay much more for the DLC than for the game. I am actually thinking of getting the 360 version and playing that DLC too.
Oh really?
Yeah. Haven't decided yet.
What kind of DLC is it? Can you tell us?
It's called Team Amigo Attack.
Okay.
It's Amigo something. And basically you play as Sonic's friends in what I think is a new level. And you kind of play as them all in sequence. I think you can pick which ones you play as, but here we go. Same level, but spikes.
Oh man.
And it looks kind of interesting.
Wow. There's no invincibility frames.
There were, but I really feel like the invincibility frames vary depending on something. I don't know what.
Get hit by, I guess?
Maybe. But that seems interesting, and there's also a boss rush that I don't think I would bother with.
No.
There's really only one thing that
What
kind
was
of...
that, Sonic?
He was excited. Yahoo!
He's turning into Mario.
There's really only one thing keeping me from getting the 360 version, and that is whether or not I have to play through the game again.
Ooh.
And I mean, I don't know, I just kind of don't want to do a full playthrough. I kind of like just being able to play the levels with the gemmed up, screwed up characters that are fully augmented.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah, I don't mind paying the $6 again. I mean, it's $6. All the YouTube millions we're gonna make, that'll, pay it back. And then once I've made my $6 back, then Hulkmat, you'll get your cut of the YouTube millions.
I'll get a cut?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get paid so many Solionin rings. But here we go.
Crisis City so far isn't bad either. Doesn't seem much harder outside of the spikes again.
It's basically the same except for the spikes, maybe a few more falling obstacles, and really, I think this is exciting.
Yeah. What?
What annoyed me about the DLC is Wave Ocean starts out and you're like, whoa, this is really different. This is kind of cool. Like, it's annoying, but they did say it's very hard mode, so I'll take the fact that it's just mostly bullshit and, like, dick moves. I'll play Sonic 06, the dick move. And you play that and you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. I like this. And
But all the other levels just kind of seem the same so far.
there we go. I'm just homing attacking an enemy, and yeah, the last one just didn't want to register.
I like that little cutscene of the enemies jumping out. Lasts half a second.
But like I was saying before, I wanted to just highlight that death. I like the idea of Sonic 06 dick move the game. It's fine. And so I played the first 2 levels, and I'm like, wow, this is basically like these levels reorganized to be more annoying, and that's, or I shouldn't say more annoying, but like really difficult, really frustratingly difficult. And then you play White Acropolis, and it's like, okay, it's the same level, but they added in spikes everywhere. And then you play this, and it's like the same level, but a few spikes.
Yeah.
And they switched like a couple jumps up. And you're like, okay, this is pretty disappointing. So, I mean, as you're just kind of watching it with no expectations, I don't know what someone would feel. And, oh, that's also great. You missed the speed pad. But, as you're playing it, you're like, man, this is cool. This is so different. I like this. Or at least, this is interesting. And I'm doing this because what happened? I was playing through this and I tried to do the spin attack there, and somehow it glitched out and it ruined it. So I was going through slower, even though you really don't have to.
Ooh. Pause.
Yes, I did pause. I've been really good about not pausing or doing anything like that, but I accidentally paused there. I'm not sure why.
I was gonna ask what kind of drama happened in your life that you had to pause for a second.
Maybe I got a sext? I don't know.
You died.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back here?
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, why even attack those enemies? Is there any reason?
There's really no reason. I do. Because it feels like I should. Or maybe there's a box blocking off the bounce pad, the spring, I don't know. Don't ask me to explain anything, but I do like sneaking by that guy. That was a little bit of joy the level gave me, because I didn't want to, deal with the possibility of dying again. So every time I went by
again.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Style. No grace.
It's hard, Hulkmat. Very hard.
The little lizard was just kind of stretching.
Yeah, he's like a cat.
Yeah.
He's like a dog. He's like a cat.
It's true.
I call him Mr. Lizard.
Sinus infection lizard.
Oh, I miss that cat.
Oh.
Check out how just amazing this whole thing is. You hit the rightmost pad or speed boosts. I don't know what to call them, and you just die, or you run into a wall. And can you just guess why I'm skipping the game's suggestion to do a light speed dash there?
There's no rings?
Or I meant a little bit prior, where there are rings in a line over that pit, but I always just go around it. Yes.
Why?
Why? Because it doesn't work half the time.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we're through this section, so we don't have to play it ever again.
We're entering that certain section.
Are we?
Yeah, max speed section, right?
The max speed section?
Max speed.
No, we're not. We're getting to my favorite section of the game. I don't know if you watched the bonus video I posted last night.
I have not.
Okay, well, everyone who watched it knows what's coming up. It's something that I thought was so funny that during one of my test runs, I purposely died just so I could watch it again. And I recorded.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we'll see if you see it. I'm not going to point it
Okay.
out. I might point it out. This is the section right before the Mach Speed section.
Okay.
That you probably forgot about because it's completely unmemorable and stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just what it is.
I'm looking all over the place.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't. What happened?
A graboid just spawned on that container that I was standing on. Obviously, before I spawned, or before I landed on it. And the game isn't programmed properly, so the graboid just phases through and dies. You'll get to see it again. It happens every time.
Okay.
I saw it happen once, and I'm like, I bet that happens every time. I'm gonna kill myself and do it again. Not this time. That time I died accidentally.
Yeah.
But as I was just kind of doing a test run.
Looking for graboids.
I don't know, like 2 seconds, you'll see him.
That guy. What?
See?
He just fell through.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
I imagine because they've put him on a section of ground that's so thin that like the bottom of his model isn't anchored to anything, so he just falls because the bottom of his model is just in midair, so he just keeps falling until he despawns. I don't know anything about video game programming, so that could be completely wrong.
That's amazing.
Yeah. This is a fun section for the red gem because all of the platforms that are moving up and down are dependent on holding the red gem. So if I let it go, they'll go fast. If I hold it down, they'll go slow.
Oh.
Yeah, what I was trying to do there was I was trying to homing attack the graboid because I was going to go from graboid to graboid and then
Yeah.
get on the next platform.
I understand.
Doesn't work.
Here we go again.
Here we go again, but you know what this means?
Graboid?
Yeah, we get to see the graboid. I just love how many enemies are just there waiting to be a homing attack so I can get across the level and I'm not bothered.
How does that happen? It's ridiculous.
So great. I mean, there had to be literally zero playtesting for this DLC.
This level's too hard for the graboid.
Because you would have to think that if there was any playtesting for this DLC, even the tiniest bit,
Yeah, someone
they'd go,
did this.
hey, there's a graboid there that just, falls to its death. Just take it out. Because it's not like that's a hard fix. You just remove the enemy or you figure out a way to, keep it from dying. But no, it just happens, so clearly that went unnoticed. Or maybe not, maybe it was noticed and they just
There
didn't.
were a lot of playtesters.
For the main game, but I mean, the DLC was probably just like a rush job to try and make a little bit extra money on this, because
Possibly.
the game actually sold relatively well on the 360, not so well on the PS.
I say possibly, but really. Wait, this game sold well?
I think it sold 2 million copies overall, at least 1 million of those were on the 360.
Wow.
Which was below expectations, but I mean, you've got a 2 million player base, you can probably sell some DLC to them, right? They must have loved the game.
I understand.
Yeah.
It is Sonic. It is Sonic.
Yeah. And granted, there's idiots like me who are buying the DLC 8 years later. Oh, 8 years later, I mean.
That tornado's carrying a
Here
Oh,
we
boy.
go. Here's the section.
So is this any different at all?
You know what? I want to say it's not, but there's probably, I think there's like some more boxes or something. What I should have done is, there's a speedrun trick where you can just go on the left side until, I think, the perspective changes right here. And, like, nothing will hit you. So I should have just done that, and if it worked, I would know that nothing was changed. But I didn't. It feels like it's the same exact thing. There might be a little bit more debris.
You're doing a lot better, though.
Well, thank you, Hulkamat. Clearly that's not gonna come back to haunt me.
Oh, you're doing really well. You're almost at the end.
Yeah, I'm almost
Got
at
this.
the end. Almost at the end.
You got it.
Got it. I got it.
I remember 2 sections of this.
I do remember 2 seconds of this.
Look at that!
Yeah, we did it.
You're so much better.
So much better when I'm not playing it. Actually, I probably was playing at 4 a.m. I only play this game at 4 a.m.
All of these A's from a time bonus.